Alright, guys, so everybody's probably been seeing my videos, and it's with intent. I'm trying to get my message out there. I'm trying to make people aware of what I've been experiencing since 2019 in the state of Florida. Um, I don't think I really need to repeat myself, but in case I need to, last year I caught Imagine North Manatee in Palmetto, Florida, teaching my daughter percentages titled as math. In 2019, I filed for divorce and for basic human rights to my son because he was being withheld. He was withheld for 22 months before I actually got my first alone time with him. Um, I've raised my daughter since she was double digit months old. She's age 11 now. Um, and I was sitting here, and I'm constantly tweeting and constantly doing the social media thing. And I'm sitting here thinking, um, like I only have a few choices. I sincerely only have a few choices in what I can do for the remainder of my life. And I want to dive into that for a moment because I think it's important for people in order to take me seriously. Okay, have a good time. Love you. Um, Listen, I start talking and the ghosts come out. I think it's important that I dive into, and I gotta close this door so I don't get the. Excuse me, real quick. I think it's important for the American people to know and understand that I only have one of a few choices here, with myself, my authenticity, through my self awareness, who I am, et cetera, et cetera. Um, uh, I can either A, file for disability, which I could have filed for disability in 2017 when I found out that I was born with a non curable, rare genetic disease that kills most boys by age 10. In 2017, when I found out, doctors told me I'd be dead by 2020. Thankful to be alive. With that said, I have one of a few choices. I can file for disability and give up and ride out the rest of my life, be pissed off at the establishment, pissed off at DeSantis for violating my basic human rights to help co parent my son, or I could use social media, the platforms, and run for president as an independent. And in all honesty, I think, I believe I could do better than Biden, Trump, DeSantis, and any other career politician you put up there. I will do better than. I know for a fact these people don't know how to run the country. They know how to cause division. That's all they do. That's all the right and left does. Is they cause division. They argue, point fingers back and forth, da 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 da. Does nothing for the American people to prosper. There's more corruption behind closed doors than ever before. It's got to end. There's got to be somebody like me, like Andrew Tate, like Kanye West, like Candace Owens. All these people, there's so many people that are coming to their senses. And if it takes me to run for president as an independent just to save Americans' children away from Governor DeSantis and the left wing liberal plant he is, then that's what I need to do. And those are my choices. Or three, choice three, I do none of the above. To me, it's pretty clear. Excuse me. To me, it's pretty clear that if doctors in 2017 said I was going to be dead in 2020, and here it is almost 2023, and I'm still alive, and I've experienced all of these human violations in the state of Florida, I need to speak out. I need to make the American people aware that Governor DeSantis is a narcissist who says one thing and does the other. I have the proof. I have the pudding. There's no way, like, he cannot hide it. The only thing that could possibly happen is that Governor DeSantis completely erased my case from 2019. And in the case that he did that, I have all the proof that the case exists. And everything that has happened to me is well documented. And if you think, Governor DeSantis, if you're listening to this, that you can just come into my home in Florida and take it from me, well, it's not at my home, sir. And if you think it's at my mother's home in Georgia, it is not, sir. Listen, I've been burying stuff in PVC pipes in the ground across this country for a long time. My brother, before he died, God bless the dead, before he died in 1996 and was killed right down the road from where we lived, bled out dead, middle of intersection 75th and Cortez, Manatee County. The lady that killed him and caused his death wasn't even given a breathalyzer or a drug test. Actually, in fact, I'm in the process of pulling it up. In 1997, me and my mother are actually on the front page of the local Bradenton Herald. Before Mothers Against Drunk Drivers ever exist, my mother was writing anybody and everybody trying to get that basic law passed. And I will pull that up in due time. I'm in no rush to just dump off information right now. I have all the time in the world. In fact, I have almost 2 years to hopefully grow some hair before the election in 2024. And I really, to be honest with everybody, I have no interest in running for president. I have way much cooler shit to do in life. I love computer programming. I love playing basketball. I love exercising. I love my kids. I love spending time with my kids. If I'm not being withheld from one of my children, it's just amazing to me that in Florida, I'm legally allowed to raise one child and I'm withheld from the son. 0 to age 6, 5, 6 are some of the most important years of a child's life, and I am being withheld from helping mold my son into the man that he is one day going to be, because one day my son will be a man whether I'm involved or not. And let me tell you, the short time that I've known my son, he is angry, violent. Let me repeat that, violent. He's 3. I can't tell you how many times I've just been out with my son. We're doing all kinds of stuff. We're dad, daughter, father, and this guy would just come up and punch me straight in my private part. I mean, drop me silly. And let me tell you something. It's my son. And I fought growing up all my life, street fighting all my life. My son is my DNA. The kid can pack a punch. He is a beast. He looks just like me. You've probably seen photos of him, but he is super strong. It's almost it's so he's so similar to me. It's scary because of my genetic disease. I don't get super, like I can't get the rock big, unless I'm eating 5, 6, 7,000 calories a day, whatever. Um, and but I mean, he does not look at all like he can pack a punch at age 3. But let me tell you, whether it's the private part, your face, your eye, whether I have my son come over to my house and tell me Daddy Thomas is his father. Who is telling my son that some guy named Thomas is his daddy and that he should come to his father's house, his biological father's house, and tell him, Daddy Thomas gives me baths? I mean, the red flags are there. The court, Florida, Manatee County, is well aware of the flags, well aware of the mental health concerns regarding the mother. I mean, this is a rabbit hole. Like most, it's like it's, I'm writing, I write all the time because I'm trying to write this book. Um, like it's like something out of like a Jerry Springer Maury mix, is how I explain what I deal with. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. And listen, I just want to be a dad since I was a child growing up without a father. All I remember telling myself, other than wanting to be a lawyer and whatever ambitions I had at a young age, was being a father. If I ever had the chance to help create the greatest gift there is and create children, I would be a father to those children, whether the mother and I remain together or not. DeSantis, Florida, is literally taking my childhood dream and saying, fuck you, Mr. Johnson. We know your childhood dream is raising your kids. We know you've raised your daughter since she was double-digit months old because you went through the same judicial circuit to get custody of her. Oh, now you have another child. Now you want some rights to this other child. No, we're not going to do it. Actually, okay, fine, we'll do it. We'll give you some basic human rights to him. But mom's allowed to withhold him whenever she wants without punishment. There's no punishment if mom withholds him. Does that sound fair? Does anything that I've said in the last almost 14 minutes sound like I want to talk about it? Like I want to create videos and expose how embarrassing my life is on some levels? In my heart, I know authenticity wins. Being honest wins. Losers lose. They might not lose immediately. Karma may not come full circle tomorrow, but she comes. And things come full circle. I'm not here to waste anybody's time. I'm here to help the American people know Governor DeSantis is a narcissist. And I only know that because I dealt with my first narcissist and my ex-wife. And one of the assets I guess narcissists use is saying one thing and doing another. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. If you have any questions about what I've experienced in the state of Florida, there is a ton of video in the last 72 hours. And there will continue to be tons of video because I have every intention of running for president as an independent in order to protect myself from the establishment